must fight for our right, oh. Anyhow, man must die, oh, yeah,
Okay, absolutely wonderful. What I'm gonna do is unmute everybody so we can give Area Fada a very, very, very warm London welcome. So everybody, please unmute yourself and let's give Area Fada a very, very warm London welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Charlie.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening.
You're welcome.
Good evening. Don't do the local music.
For your age.
Okay.
Area big.
Okay, so I'm gonna mute everybody now. Thank you all so much for that. I'm gonna admit it's not in the building, it's in my life, oh. Okay.
Good to see him. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Good evening.
Yes. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can.
How you doing, sir?
I'm okay.
Awesome. Okay, welcome to the Inner Caucus. This is an event. This particular edition, sir, is the 60th edition. It's a pandemic baby. It's something we started during the pandemic, and everybody here has been a part of this journey. And it's been a great opportunity to use this to, quell all the imbalances of the lockdown. And even though we're out of lockdown, we have continued this, and it's a great pleasure to have you on our platform tonight, sir.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. I know you come to London quite regularly, so we're quite lucky to be able to grab you and bring you onto this platform. You have a wonderful story, and I know the remaining 4-hour duration we have, it will not even be enough, but we're not going to keep you for 4 hours, sir. So let me start with that.
Thank God. Thank
God. And I want everybody that I spoke with Area Fada a few days ago, and I kept saying sir, and he says, Abass, please, whatever you do, please don't call me sir. I said, what can I call you? He says, call me CB or Area Fada. So if you're going to put anything in the chat room, because I'm going to be sending him the transcript of this of the conversations, anybody will write sir, there go get problem. Are we good? Awesome. Okay, so what brings you to London, sir? How long have you been around? What brings you to London on this trip, sir?
I can't rest small. I can't think about my life small.
Okay.
I can't. This is not the first time they come London where they, at the road. Before I go just come, I go sleep.
Sneak in, sneak out.
I wake up, I go airport, I go back to Nigeria and sleep some more.
Okay.
So this is the first time I'm coming to London, and I am so enjoying it.
So what has been different? What's different on this trip, sir?
They meet people like you now, and they meet everybody. Okay. My ears are open, so I'm just tapping all the information and analyzing it, and
The beauty of this event as well is like we get people across a wide range of generations, but quite a lot of people here are people who have known you from when we met up on Wednesday for the Nigerian DJs event. I told a story about when I first came in contact with the brand Charlie Boy. A lot of people here can obviously tap into that. So I'm not gonna ask you as many questions as I did on Wednesday, but
Thank you.
I'm gonna ask you some key ones before we now go into the audience and let everybody join in. And if anybody would like to ask questions, just signify by putting your hands up on screen or ask your question in the chat room, and we'll try as much as possible to ask every question. So, Charlie Boy, tell us your story from the point when you came back to Nigeria. That was because obviously you were born in Nigeria, left for the United States, and at some point you came into Nigeria and everybody started getting to hear of the name Charlie Boy. Tell us about that period, your sojourn in America, and when you came back into Nigeria, what was the plan, sir?
Okay. I think I came back about 79, thereabout. And I came back because I could no longer take the bullshit in America. I had a one-on-one confrontation with racist America, and I didn't like that. I was almost beaten to death by 7 white kids. And for just the fact that I was working with 2 women, taking the evening breeze, and it was nigger this, nigger that. That day, I think I could die. I just dey pray God, make no be safe for America street, now I go can't die. Well, I spent almost 6 weeks in the hospital.
Wow.
So I had enough of America. I said, I'm coming home now. As I come home, I don't finish my youth call. And the old man called me up one day and said, take this letter, go to Port Harcourt. Then we were staying in Owerri. Go to Port Harcourt, meet so and so person, give the letter and start to walk. I said, when me and you discuss that one, I no one walk because I don't get the discipline to walk. I wanted to be my own boss, you see. So now there why I can't know say, go hard that I must disown these people if I get to find my own level. So I moved from Owerri to the village. I stayed in the village for almost 7 years. I lost my confidence, lost my self-esteem. I was almost going mental till something brought me to Lagos. I came to Tabansi to try to see if I could hawk my first album. And there I met this angel called Tina Ondiwe, and we hit it off. We became friends, and I was like his poodle. I was like his puppy, because Tina go always carry me, go here, this is how you do it. Tina gave me back my confidence, gave me back my self-esteem. And she was responsible moving me from the village to Lagos. Nadio, God come bless me, I can't blow like that.
I mean, Tina Udiwe, so blessed, so rest in peace.
Yes.
She was also in the music industry, for many who don't know here.
Oh, yes. Was a top-notch class fashion designer. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you did say in the conversation we had as well, I did allude to the fact that your dad is a renowned judge in Nigeria, Justice Oputa. He headed the popular Justice Oputa panel after them before. I'm not sure if was it before Abacha came in or after Abacha came in, and renowned man. Now he has a son who has come into Nigeria. He's doing his thing. He has at the time you have a lifestyle that was very, very, very un-Nigerian, and you were the first I knew that came in. The rings, the colored hair, the gothic look, and the story was that your father disowned you.
No,
how true is that?
That was a wrong story. I disowned my parents.
Oh dear.
By cutting that umbilical cord. I don't finish school and I don't get the certificate. I don't give them now. This is the time to go do my thing. But of course, at that time, I really quite didn't know what my thing. I was experimenting on different stuffs, but I knew that I had to make fame quickly because I was sick and tired of living under somebody else's shadow.
Okay.
I didn't want to be introduced as the only title I get saying that this man Pikino. No, I wanted my own. So I knew, just like I always say, Charlie Boy was built to shock timid, myopic, Mongo package, analogish. Mumu Nigerians have their way of thinking. Yes, so.
So, at what point did you, after disowning them, at what point did you own them back?
That's a good one. No, I had to make restitution. It was about 14 years before they passed away. I went and got them from the village, you know. I gave them so much love. I was taking them all around the world, you know. I just wanted them. Every day was just to see a smile on my parents' face, you know. And we used to take turns, me, my wife, and the kids to, you know, plan things, outings, you know. I think my parents really had a good time. And yes, you can say I was making restitutions.
Indeed.
For all my naughtiness and all my, you know. My papa nearly flogged me, die. That man, and that way to me. Oh.
So, for me, what amazed, I put up a photograph very recently, and I'm sure you saw I remember when I went on with, I told you that we took a photo. You was the first guest on my very first edition of a TV show I anchored in 2003, 18 years ago. Very first guest. He was on a trip to the UK, just as he normally does back then. And the irony, that was 18 years ago, and today I'm 53. He was 53 then, 8 years ago. I'm thinking, as people are saying that we actually look alike. I don't know whether it's the bald head or the 2 pints of blood I stole from you for freshness later earlier. But you are 71 right now, and you are just going to release.
So they say, oh, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure about that date.
But at 71, you are just releasing an album. A lot of people in this country, retirement is 65, you know. And at 71, a lot of people are just kind of like in chill out mode. But I'm thinking, as I was speaking with a lot of artists, I said, 71 is just releasing an album. Where does the energy come from? Where does the vibe come from? Because many would say this is when really you should be chilling out, but it's like you're just running. So where's the vibe coming from for you?
It's coming from all the young people who I roll with, who inspire me, because I've always maintained that the salvation of the contraption that you call Nigeria lies in the hands of its exceptional youth. And so, when they roll with confirmed guys, you must learn something. And now my job, because I'm a student for life, so I like to, yeah, they say, show me your friend, and I'll tell you, you know. So I'm drawn to very positive people who want to do good for humanity, you know, because my religion is that of love, you know. So I learned quite a lot from young people. And that's what has helped me to keep my youthful look. But inside my body, wahala deal.
In the last 10 years, or perhaps in the last 12 years or thereabout, you've been more visible in the political space as an agitator for a new way of doing things. And you use your music a lot consciously to send message, you know, to those at the helm of power.
Yeah.
What's your opinion of where Nigeria is as a nation politically? A lot of things have gone wrong. Is there a way out? What is the way out? And what's your opinion?
You go dog head, oh. You see, the contraption you call Nigeria was built on a very faulty foundation, right? You can't keep talking about putting floors on a building with a faulty foundation, okay? The scam is a document about the Constitution. So if Nigeria must exist, we need to come to the table. We need to talk. We need to want to understand how we move forward from here. Okay? So if we can't do that, then we better bring down this building and start afresh. Because at the end of the day, I don't know how else. I mean, if you're in a relationship and things are going wrongly, the best thing to do is to sit down and have a talk. So, but you can't talk with people from the medieval age, you know, because they speak a different language. And it's a language of violence. They say Nigeria is a zoo. I say, for where? Which kind of zoo? Zoo in a place where you know go fit put lion and goat inside one cage. Nigeria has unfortunately become a jungle, but we're all guilty. We're guilty of our docility. We're guilty of our inaction. Yes, because not be only Buhari get the blame. Because if my thief is better than your thief, and we still can't agree that thieving has consequences, then we are just wasting our time. People think that they've seen the worst, but for me, I think the worst is yet to come, because we can't have the peace we want without the war we must fight. It don't make sense
at all. Awesome. So let me lighten the mood right now. I'm a great fan of your wife, Lady Diane. Very classy, and she's American. I want you to tell us how you were able to convince your wife to come down to Nigeria in '79 and stay in the village with you. New culture, new way of doing things, and how it has worked from then till now. What's the secret?
She don't come Nigeria as a wife. She just come as a girlfriend.
Okay, so she became a wife in Nigeria.
She just wake up one morning and say, see, after I don't stay like about 6 months, they say, marry me or I go back. So I propose now. After all my philandering and everything, nobody there, when they talk today, then they talk last year. Nobody they understand. So I just say, make I close, I do, I'm not. And so I wake up 41 years or 42 years don't pass. I don't know how come, because it's not easy, you see. Yeah. I guess we both want to die there, I guess. You know. Marriage now for managers. Understand? And as long as you have friendship, good friendship going, self-respect, and each partner is allowed their space, I think more than likely, yes, you have longevity in your marriage, you know. I mean, it's not because I don't love my wife now. No, be love, they keep me here. I just say, okay, there's a connect somewhere, there's friendship somewhere.
Absolutely.
If I keep person today, sir, if I follow another woman, sir, I go report myself now. I be at the grace.
Are you talking metaphorically or actually, sir?
Now you sabi Abass, DJ Abass.
Yes, sir.
After you, now you.
Okay.
Yes,
So, and lastly, your children. A lot of your children also appear to have your freestyle and free will. Tell us about them. Is any one of them following your path in music? I know a lot of them are in the creative world. Has anyone adopted music, or is it which one of them has the agitating spirit in that you have?
they all have it in bits and pieces. You know, I mean, you know, I see myself in each and every one. But mostly my last baby, Dewey, yeah. She looks like when I started, you know, and she has that drag look, gothic look. That's how I started to, after the punk thing, yeah. So yeah, that's my girl. I call her Charlie girl. Yeah.
Charlie baby. And one final one as well. You look at the music industry today, sir. It has it's opened up. Nigeria is getting a lot of prominence. It's getting a lot of visibility. Which act or which acts right now do you stick out? Which ones do you see and say, yeah, I like his style, I like her style, I like what they do. I wouldn't mind, doing something with them. Any one of them.
Why are you putting me in a spot? I like all of them. Abass.
I have to try, sir.
Because there's something in everybody that, you look closely, yeah, you can pick it up. So I'm their fan. And I've been taught this 20 years ago, or something like that, yes, that Nigerian music is going to become global. I said that 20 years ago as the PMA president. You see, so I know that I used to say now on every street, I can give you 20 Michael Jackson, but a lot of people are just wasting, because the industry still isn't as it should be structured,
That's true.
But then again, when everything done poto now, what do you expect? It don't affect everywhere and every human being. We know normal again for Nigeria. Make I tell you. We know normal. I dey think about how I go home now. Because I dey go back to hellfire. A place where you go stay, you don't even know what will happen to them in the next minute. And if it happen, nothing they happen. Can you imagine? It's hell. Abass, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Absolute pleasure, sir. Absolute pleasure. So I'm gonna open up the I see Patricia has a hand up. Patricia, turn on your camera and ask your question, please, if you can. So this is time you put your hands up for questions. Patricia is not okay. So Femi, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Unmute yourself, Femi. Femi Usikalu. Femi resides in Chicago. Your former resident, you lived in America, but Femi is one of our viewers watching in from America. So Femi.
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing watching your career grow. I remember driving through Lagos and seeing the iconic bike for show there. Now, what was the motivation behind you being different in the industry?
The crazier you are now, the crazier you are, the more that you draw the attention that you need. Charlie Boy was built to shock timid, myopic Nigeria out of their way of thinking. That's the motivation. Go Gaga.
Oh, so I guess that's why most artists will have dyed hair in different fashions just to create the shock factor.
Yeah, to each his own. I was doing my own thing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Femi. Awesome. Patricia, okay, the floor is yours. Unmute yourself, please.
Unmute. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My question is quite simple. Charlie Boy, I can't believe how you look for your age. Any tips to share? I can't believe, because I've followed you, like DJ Abass said, since the early 80s when you returned to Nigeria. Coincidentally, that's when I arrived in Nigeria as a little girl as well. And you lived not too far away from where I grew up. So I think I used to see you on your bike back in the 80s, late 80s, because we lived not too far away. But when I saw your video, I thought, oh my God, you're 71 and you still look like I used to see you in the late 80s. So what is your secret for that?
Oh, I think first 50% of it is good genes.
Okay.
Good genes, yeah. My grandfather on my father's side died at 105. I keep making
Wow.
the day. My father died at 100. My mother died at 101. And my grandmother on my mother's side died at 106.
Wow.
So,
no wrinkles. I can't see any wrinkles speaking
and,
to you. That's awesome.
Now you they see those ones. I don't see those ones. So, and it's about lifestyle too. You know, if you keep it clean, keep it simple, no overdo yourself. Do everything in moderation. You understand? And then if you can't add an exercise now, you are the greatest. So I make I know they follow, you know, they like follow small, young people because then they teach me sense and they give me sense. Yes.
Thank you. Awesome. Lovely speaking to you tonight.
Thanks so much, Patricia. Yeah. Awesome. Cheche logs in from Nigeria every Friday, and Cheche will introduce himself and tell us what he does as well. How you doing, sir?
Hello, Charlie boy. How are you?
Cool.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
I can hear you.
Okay, how are you? My name is my actual name is actually Chris Aimako. I'm a professor of obstetrics and gynecology. But like you, I like music. I work in UCH Ibadan. But that's the other side of me. I comment to you. I just want to thank you for being there for many of us. I listen to a lot of your music. I remember that's your Niger Biker song. I still play it a lot. And even though you didn't release too many albums, but we know how your impact you have made on our own generation. I just want to compliment you and thank you for being there for us. My question to you is, what is your advice for the young and upcoming people who want to be free like you, but are held down by the way the society is? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cheche.
It's your life, so you have to make it count. You can't keep living on other people's opinion about you, you know. But I think for most of it, everything stems out of the kind of confidence you have in yourself. Because as long as you stay focused, you stay consistent, you are tenacious, yeah, 80% of the time you'll get there. You know, so, I mean, to each his own, really.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Ade. Chris, please unmute yourself, Chris.
Abass.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, Father.
I'm having a nicotine fit here. Can I smoke?
Yes, you can, sir. Yes, you can, Father. Okay. So, Chris, what's up?
Hey, Abass, what's good?
Ade, hello. Chris, we didn't hear you. We're losing you, Chris. I don't know if it's an internet thing, Chris. We can't hear you very well. Perhaps I want to log out and log back in again. Okay, B, unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself again, B. Yeah.
Charlie boy, what type of blood do you have? Me, I wanted to. When I heard about your age, I was so surprised.
Me too. The thing shocked me. Wallah, it shocked me.
How I go they get them?
I dey suck blood.
Yeah.
No, that's a joke.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah. Abass, why people know they understand these things? I don't tell them say my mama na wish.
Miss, you know, me the first time I said I was.
My mama na wish. So wish was one wish.
I can't collect your kidney and 5 pints of blood. Itaya, please unmute yourself.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Charlie boy. Mine is not a question; it's like a compliment. Well, of course, I'm very, very conversant with Charlie boy bus stop. I used to pass through there when I lived in Lagos.
Really?
My compliment is in that industry in Nigeria, there's hardly anybody that gets to the top. We don't have some scandals around them. But I think you've successfully gone scandal-free for so long. And staying married to Lady D, I think you deserve an award.
Yeah.
Honestly, because with the kind of people that we have in Nigeria, breaking up, staying in the industry, getting married, getting out, and before you know it, there's scandals all over the place. In fact, in the last 10, 15 years, it's been so annoying. And you just wonder how they keep washing themselves in the open. And all these bloggers are not making it easy. They follow their lifestyle. Some even put themselves in the limelight. I'm just want to say thank you for being a role model. But you have one more task that I wish you can help us with. There's one thing that people that we call role models in England try to do, youth clubs. I don't know if they have them in Nigeria. A lot of kids are off the rail and they are now using these Yahoo boys as role models, all these rubbish people as role models. If we can have some good youth clubs in Nigeria, we can get some of the youth right on track. I think Funke Akindele is doing something like that. And I've seen a couple of those things she does. I think we need more of that. If you can use your connection with P-Man and all those other groups and set up things like that, it will go a long way. Well done for all you've done.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Jimmy, yes.
Good evening, Area Fada.
Hey, I salute you.
I just want to ask this question. I know, apart from being a musician, you were also in the struggle to push Nigeria push Nigeria to a better society and what have you. And you are not the only one who has tried this. The late Baba Seboti Fela did as well. So at some point, he wanted to move his struggle from street struggle to test his political acceptance. Are you at any point in time looking into that direction as well? Because especially with the last protest that you organized, are you at any point in time looking at probably branching into politics to help solve all these numerous problems we're having in Nigeria? You seem to have quite a lot of ideas.
Well, I don't have to become one. I'm doing my own bit, then share the job. You know, you take your own bit, you take for your own lane, you understand? When we talk, say, old people, there are too many old people, you know, who are in the system, who shouldn't be in the system in the first place, you know? So I want to both say by now, I get boys where I know that see the same thing, we're on the same page. And I've been saying that the contraption called Nigeria will only be remedied by the exceptional youths. And I've met a lot of exceptional people in Nigeria. So it's my affinity with young people. That's what drives the brand Charlie Boy.
Awesome. Thank you, Jimmy, for your question. And while we are waiting the next person, I'm just going to pop this. I'm going to mention it. When you were P-Man president, an incident happened. 50 Cent came to Nigeria to perform, and he performed in Lagos, and they got him a jet to fly to other cities, but he was doing it alongside Nigerian artists. And when they got in the plane, the front section which was the VIP, was reserved for the American artists. The back seats were reserved for the Nigerian artists. Idris Abdul Karim decided to go on the plane, went to sit on the front. 50 Cent's bouncer threw him out. Idris Abdul Karim called you, and apparently you showed up with 300 Okadas and came to the tarmac. I was watching a show by Young Buck recently, one of the members of the Jew unit, 50 Cent's group, and he was talking about it, saying, man, we went to Nigeria, and we got into this issue, and this guy called somebody, and this guy showed up with hundreds of Okada people, and that was you as P-Man president. The sad thing is that Idris Abdul Karim, now the thing is that incident made brands in Nigeria start to treat artists properly. However, Idris Abdul Karim has had to pay with his career. So look at where that is. what happened then and where we are today. You have to take credit. Well, I give you credit for doing that, because in a place like Nigeria, at times when you take a stand, there's a serious price for taking a stand. You've taken a lot of stands at different points, and you seem to have survived taking those stands. What if to take a stand in Nigeria, what does it take to survive it? Because Idris didn't survive his.
It got to be from the heart, and man can only die once. You know, I do things that speak to my soul, you know, and that is why I remain committed to any cause. And that's what I've shown by the longevity in my marriage. Yeah. So, what was the question again, sir?
Taking a stand. What does it cost to take a stand, and how can one survive? You survived taking many stands in Nigeria.
Yeah, like they always talk, I supposed to don't die since. For so many things. And you know, the irony of it all is that the people, most of the time, the people you fight for, turn around and fight you back. What a shame. You know, there have been so much betrayals upon betrayals. But you see, if that's your calling, and nothing you go do about it. You know, and some people were made that way. Of course, everybody forgets so easily the bane of pioneers. How it all started, not what is reigning today. How did it start? You know, so once you're devoted and committed to something with all your heart, yeah, that's the only thing that will drive you. Yeah, anybody where they talk, we know, mumu plenty Nigerian. Yes, some na follow come, some na factory fitted. It's not a small thing.
Okay, DJ Smooth Paradox.
Yes, DJ Abass. Area Fada, Charlie
Yes,
boy.
area PK, how now? What is it up?
What up? Okay, I'm good. It's a great privilege to have you, and I'm glad that you are. I know Dutch now. Why they hide? What's going on?
They do something I don't want to make you see.
I beg you, show us. Let's learn. No, make me learn.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I remember, and before I ask the question, I remember this particular video of you and your missus on the street. I think it was Watamisi Makamba, Watamisi Yonyem Bunobi, Watamisi Biakene. I was a baby when we used to watch you on TV. I was like, what the heck is this? Because you were pretty strange back then. But hey, like you rightly said, you carved your path and you made it work for you. And a lot of people look at you and now they look back and say, okay, he wasn't fooling around after all. He knew what he was doing, There's method in his madness. But with all due respect, I do love you. I love all that you stand for. And I appreciate. Don't worry, Nigeria doesn't appreciate. Okay, so I'm very pleased that you're here. Just one question though. I know you've said a lot about the Nigerian situation. What do you call it? Is it the concussion called Nigeria or the yeah, so we are very worried about the country. And every time I go to Nigeria, I almost cry because of what goes on at different levels of the economy, the government, the religious people, the family unit, the breakdown of so many things, and the things that actually influence the younger people, I know you've talked so much about the young. However, should they be heavily influenced by money or by wealth or the yearn for wealth, what would you say?
Well, everybody knows
the
the
reason
right
why I
thing.
asked that is because when you were growing up and when you were doing your thing, it didn't look as if money was the motivation.
Things have changed now, obviously. And that's why I say in my own time, there was respect for honor and integrity, those kind of qualities. I think we started to lose it immediately after the Civil War.
Right.
Okay. And we lost our values because at that time when they born me, when you're naughty in someone else's neighborhood, they will hold you by the ear. And the first question they will ask you, who's your father? Who's your
That's
mother?
right. Yeah.
They know they ask that question whether your papa or your mama get money, but they want to know the kind of background where you're coming from. And teachers have more respect because they brought something to the community. Yeah. So the focus changed, and that's where we started to go downhill. Okay. So it's about the family. But how can you properly in a very toxic environment, an environment that kills dreams because the rulers have decided to weaponize hunger. Eating just to eat in Nigeria is a luxury today. What kind of a place is that? It's called hell. Yeah. So that is why I have my faith in the people in the diaspora, because you guys got to know what you're doing. You guys got to get it together. Yes, so, because if you can't put pressure on the government back home, you see what is happening. Of course, there's a falling in leadership globally. Maybe just Nigeria. Globally, there's a fall in leadership. Good quality leadership, yes. You see what's happening in Afghanistan? So it's until you guys stand up, be strategic. And if you can replicate that in all the major cities, anywhere where you define Niger people, do you know the kind of effect that will have on this mother suckers? So everything there in our hand, that's basically what I'm saying. So nobody for here we will talk everything, but yes. And that is why my job as an area father is to just keep trying to bring people of like minds together and see what they can do. Because I know be spring chicken again. Forget level. You understand? That's all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Deep. Area Fada, we get 10 minutes. We get 10 minutes. We don't want to keep you past your bedtime. So we'll say this one now, 1 hour special. Now
I too they enjoy sleep.
I know, and that's one of his secrets. He says his sleep is a very, very important thing to him, and I know the role that sleep plays. So I'm gonna pick somebody randomly now. I'm just gonna look into the chat room, and I'm going to. Okay, I beg. Please unmute yourself, sir. Yes.
Charlie boy, it's a real pleasure having you here, sir. I used to live on your street just behind. Then in those years, and of course I see your iconic bike in those years. You said so many things about what your thoughts about Nigeria. You've called it contraptions and different names, and I agree with you to a certain extent. But the question I ask everyone when I hear all these kind of things is that what exactly are you proposing as a solution to that country? That's one, my first question. My second question is, there are things that we have had opportunity of seeing, some of the things that someone like yourself have actually developed over time, over the years, like the music industry.
I beg, please answer the first question. Take them one by one, I beg.
Okay, all right, sir.
It's past my bedtime, you see, so I get cranked.
I do apologize.
Yeah, one by one. What's the first question? I'm sorry.
So what exactly are you proposing? Because we've had so many things, so many ways we've identified the problem.
Okay, all what I see myself doing is to, show the way, to talk about possibilities. And that is why, if not for the pandemic, I had almost about 8-city global tour. And that is to all locations where you find a lot of Nigerian people to preach the message and for them to, all this that is happening now, I don't talk Antete now. I don't talk Antete. But because we've allowed riffraff and scumbags take over the system, now it's so difficult to, to get them to go. Because these are people from the 18th century. And they can't play any kind of role in the 21st century, can they? So that is why I still believe, I will always believe that the salvation of that country must lie in you guys' hands. All I could do is to propagate the message and point the ways. And like I said, we can start from all the capital cities in the world where you find Nigerians, and start to agitate and talk about the genocide that is happening back home. Okay, we can start by putting pressure politically, yes. But the who's and who that is responsible for our plight is the same people. So you see.
Yeah, and the second one, I think I listened to, was it DJ Abass said something one time about soft power. And the soft power that we have in music, because I think Nigeria now kind of really is one of the, at least out of Africa, the Nigerian music is actually, forged its way around the world. How are you leveraging this? And you being, one of the, forerunners in that industry, leveraging this to push this message, because beyond, from our side, oh yeah, you're pushing people in the diaspora, people in Nigeria, or younger people. I mean, I think there is a platform right now. There is actually a real platform, which is the Afrobeats, Nigerian music. How are you leveraging this, or how are you getting the guys to leverage the soft power that we have right now?
That's why I'm here now. I'm here to look at opportunities and what's available. Okay, now that the COVID thing is, I don't know whether it's coming down or it's going up, but I feel as long as one stays protected, yeah, maybe that's what I'm trying to do now, to visit as many places, as many cities, preaching the gospel. Yeah.
I hope that answers your question, Abegs.
Yeah, well,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking in the chat room now, and I think somebody asked that question previously. P-Mesh asked, if the opportunity presented itself, would you run for political office in Nigeria? I think somebody did ask that question previously, but maybe Area Fada just wants to perhaps touch on that very quickly again. If there was a yearning for you to run for office in any capacity, politically, would you listen? Or is age a factor? You've talked about old age. Do you feel you're perhaps past that level?
I not discuss old age with you, I beg. Okay. Stop that breakdancing.
So would you run for power, sir, in any capacity?
What thing I want to can do? I'm already the president of all frustrated Nigerians. What thing I want to run again? That will never do me.
So I take it as a no.
Of course, no.
A big fat no.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. It's we're on the 1 hour mark right now. I would like to thank you, but before I do, I'm sure you want to have a beautiful parting comment. You want to say something, and this is an opportunity, sir, for you to say that thing. Where we will hold as we leave this place tonight, sir.
Minus devil plus God. In Jesus' name. I wish everybody the best of the best. You know, the world is troubled, and I know that each and every one of us is going through something. But like I always say, as long as you make faith with faith, and we keep trying to do the right things, maybe we'll get there. I don't know. But to each his own. Everybody stay happy, stay peaceful, and peace out.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.